It's a pleasure having you guys. And we're talking today following your recent trip to France. We're in France right now because you came to the Signarama convention. It was and it is an honor to have you guys over here to share some of your wisdom, some of your thoughts, some of your best practices with our owners, but also to really connect and create some human relationships with our franchisees. So Bob, could you introduce yourself in a few words?
Sure. So we are proud to be a part of Signarama Detroit in the United States. Been a franchisee for 20 years. This is my 20-year anniversary of owning Signarama, but I have also worked and ran the Signarama location for 7 years prior to that. So I'm at 27 years with the brand. I have been there from the beginning, before digital printing, before all of these great things were around, and the brand was exciting and powerful at the beginning, and now it's just a giant global company with locations everywhere, multiple languages. We have an amazing team in Detroit, 50 employees and multiple departments, sales, project management, design, production. We are quite proud to be the largest Signarama in the franchise system since 2017. Torey, I should add, is my director of project management. So she runs all of our largest accounts, the big national accounts all across North America and beyond.
Torey, could you tell us a bit more about your story and also how you came into Signarama?
Yeah, I started with Signarama in 2011. It's been 14 years of just pure fun and joy of being able to be with the Signarama team in Metro Detroit. I've done everything from a CAS, so the very beginning counter position, to my position now, which is the director of project management. My day is just handling national accounts every day with my team of project managers and designers and putting signage up all over the nation.
What were some of the differences that you saw in between the way French franchisees approach the business compared to US franchisees?
Well, to be honest, Sami, I think the similarities are much stronger than the differences. I think that your team has done a phenomenal job of developing all of France with really strong franchisees. Exactly the right amount of stores right now that are starting to understand how strong Signarama is as one brand in all of France. And I think this could be a really great time now moving forward to just double down and strengthen the brand within the country.
What question maybe struck you, Torey, from all the questions asked?
I really think anytime we talk about national and how to build national clients is, I think your franchisees are just starting to get into what that really means and how they can build upon that. So, of course, any questions around a national client and how we help a national client has always got me very excited because that's what I do every day. So being able to help them with that was probably one of my big takeaways.
Yeah. I also noticed at the beginning of the presentation when my focus area was about focusing on hiring and key employees and training new people, I could see the eyes light up with certain franchisees throughout the room, and they were very excited about this idea and this topic and sort of reinforcing what may be a cultural difference between the U.S. and France. But I think it was starting to click that the stronger you build your team at your Signarama, the stronger your business will be in the long run.
Yeah. And what a message you sent by coming with Torey here.
Yeah. After many, many years of hard work, Torey deserved this trip. This is a perfect way for Torey to be able to see Signarama in a much bigger scale, and for your franchisees to see how much, for us as a leader in the industry, how much we grow and appreciate our team, our top talent. These are the types of things they deserve.
This is only the second year where we thought of bringing the teams in with the owners for at least part of the convention. If you looked at some of the learnings you got from going to those expos in the US, what did you take out of it that made you a better leader?
So I'll go back to my very first expo. It was in Florida. I finally got to meet all the UFG guys and gals that I've heard a lot about, and of course, they're like celebrities in our world, right? So that was very exciting. But the most important thing was I got to meet some of the top salespeople at that time. It was very limited of who was bringing employees. But when you hear about sales guys doing, or gals and guys doing, millions of dollars worth of sales as a CAS in the front counter. You're like, well, how is that happening? And I'm very goal focused. So I'm like, well, this is how much you have to do a month. This is what we have to do here, here, here in order for that to happen.
If you had to give one piece of advice to someone who's considering bringing their employees with them at Expo, what would you tell them?
So I actually am very proud that we were one of the first Signaramas to start bringing our staff. And the truth is, I was still an employee at Signarama before I was an owner, and I was invited to come to visit expos. So some of the first expos that the brand has ever had in San Antonio, in Washington, D.C., I was just an employee. And I remember that feeling where you show up to this big convention and you see Signarama owners everywhere, and they look like, it's glowing around them. And then you see the corporate folks that you feel so great about and excited about. I just remember thinking, this is a career path for me. That's the first time I recognized that this was an opportunity for me for the rest of my career. I think it really helps. There's no doubt about it. It helps to grow your business.
Yeah, I remember seeing the Detroit team at the last Las Vegas Expo we did for Signarama, and I remember seeing all of you guys, I think, with the same color shirt, and I thought, whoa, that's a crew I want to be a part of.
The joke in our office is that we spend more money on new shirts than we spend on plane flights.
You also said that you wanted to come here to be able to learn from the French franchisees and from what we're doing here. Yeah. Even though you're the biggest in the system, you still think that you can learn today?
Absolutely.
One example of something you've learned here that you thought, I could bring this back and apply it to my store. So
the two stores that we visited before the convention were perfect for us to visit. So there was one that was an established store with a newer owner who had just taken over. So the energy was really high and very exciting. She was very passionate about her business and the next direction, the next few years. So I left there thinking, this is that feeling. I remember this feeling of being so excited and passionate. So I carried that with me. And then we were also able to visit one of your earlier stores that has been established in the system for a long time, certainly a leader in France, handling not only local projects in his market, but also some national work and some really large projects. And I walked in and I thought, wow, so organized. The team was very welcoming. I wasn't 2 steps in the door and they were already greeting us. They had no idea when we were coming. They weren't prepared for that. They were very welcoming when we came to the door. It was overall, it was a great experience. There was also a great takeaway about celebrating communication inside of your office and thanking your peers, your coworkers, for different things that they've done. So there's a great board that they have on the wall. I'm sure we will be matching something like this. Yeah.
We actually plan to do a trip probably in the coming months to visit you in Detroit and to see some of your staff, see the facility. Is it something that you would be interested in having us and welcoming us to show us how you work?
I think it would be an honor to have as many franchisees, as many folks from France out to visit Detroit as possible. And I would hope that we can spend a little bit of time where it isn't just a tour and just walking around. I think we could maybe plan for an afternoon where we can do some training and some coaching and have our team, since you would be coming to visit us, have our team from different areas, maybe run a couple of meetings and show how we do all of the things that we do a little bit different.
It would be a pleasure.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
We'd love to come. Be here.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate the time and the chat today.
Thank you for joining us.
Mm-hmm.